Okay, welcome to Math Project 37.
Ooh, almost to 40.
Meeps cost $3 and beeps cost $7. You bought a total of 11 meeps and beeps.
So 11 things total.
So you're right, not 11 each, 11 total combined. The total cost was $53. Here, sit up here.
You forgot to write dollars.
Oh, you're right. The total cost was $53. What is the cost of a meep? Okay, so how do you want to set up this problem? Meeps cost $3 and beeps cost $7.
Well, let's erase the words and write the things we know.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to write it down here. We'll write it down here first so we can keep things. Okay? What do you know?
Okay, we know that meeps
Wait. Write it straight.
meeps
Or $3.
and beeps.
Okay, meeps are $3 and beeps are $7. And you bought 11 total.
Yeah.
And the total cost was $53.
Yeah, I'm just gonna write.
Okay, so, and the question is how many meeps did you buy?
Yeah. Well, we can call it. Instead, we'll call the meeps X and the beeps Y.
Okay. How many meeps did you buy? You know, I erased it. I'm worried I wrote how much does a meep cost, but I meant how many meeps did you buy?
Okay.
I hope I didn't write the wrong thing. But
How much does a meep cost?
yeah, I know how much does a meep cost.
I know, it's just-
How many meeps did you buy is the problem. Okay, so let's call the meeps X and the beeps Y. Okay? And what are our two equations?
So we got a total of 11 things.
Okay, bought a total of 11 things. What does that tell you?
So we got some number of x's and some number of y's. But it's I say it's 3x and 7y.
Well, is that how many there are, or is that how much they cost?
That's how much they cost.
Okay, so what does 3x plus 7y equal?
Is equal to 11.
What is 11?
11 is the total number.
Okay, 11 is the total number. 3x plus 7y is how much they cost. Do you remember how much they cost? I erased it.
$2.07.
Okay, but what was the total cost?
53.
53.
That's a little bit of wiggly, huh?
Okay. So how many are there? 3x plus 7y equals 53. And how many are there?
We don't know. We don't know how much there are.
No, how many are there? How many did you buy?
But 11 total.
11 total. So what's the equation that tells you how many there are?
So the equation is
How many meeps are there?
there's some number we don't know.
Okay, what did we call that number that we don't know?
X.
How many meeps are there?
X meeps.
How many beeps are there?
Y.
So what equals 11?
So it's the total. X plus Y is 11.
X plus y equals 11. So these are our two equations. Okay. So equation 1 is 3x plus 7y equals 53. And equation 2 is x plus y equals 11. Okay. So how are we gonna figure out?
What? I'm gonna figure out this.
Yeah, how are we going to figure out this? Now, usually we just subtract. When say the x's are the same, we just subtract the equations. But
The X aren't the same.
the x's aren't the same, so how can we make them the same?
We can take out an X on either side.
Well, but there's no x's on these sides over here. We'd really like to make a second equation that, like this one, has a 3x in it. So how can we make this equation have a 3x in it?
We we can do this equation times 3.
Right, very good. We'll do this whole equation times 3, and we'll call that equation 3. If we multiply this whole equation times 3, what do we get?
3x plus 3y equals 33.
Okay, try to write that a little neater. Okay, so here's equation 3, and we'll write it out in a straight line. What's the equation?
3x plus 3y equals 33.
Very good. Okay.
Now let's subtract 3 minus 1.
Okay, you want to do equation 3 minus equation 1. Okay, so 3x minus 3x equals
0.
0.
0 plus, what's in my one? What's
0. 3y minus 7y.
Which is minus 4y.
Okay, minus 4y.
Equals, what's 53 minus 33?
What's what?
Here,
What equation are you subtracting?
3 and 1.
You're taking equation 3 minus equation 1. So what subtraction do you have to do?
And then up this way.
Right.
33 minus 53.
33 minus 53.
Oh, that's another negative number.
It is another negative number. So we have
So-
minus 4y equals, what's 33 minus 53?
33 minus 53, so 30 minus 50 are negative 20. It's negative 20.
Okay, it's negative 20. So how do you solve minus 4y equals minus 20?
So minus y is 5. Minus y is minus 5.
Minus y is minus 5.
Y is 5.
So y equals 5.
4y equals 20.
Okay, so 4y equals 20. Now was y the meeps or the beeps?
What was the beeps?
Y was the beeps. So we have
I thought we got it.
We have 5 beeps. And how many meeps do we have?
So 11. We have 6 meeps.
6 meeps. And that's what
Yay.
we were trying to find, how many meeps there were. Even though I may have wrote how much does a meep cost. Okay, very good. On to the next one. Okay, here's practice problem number 2. The average of 6 numbers is 10. One of the numbers is 10. You take that number out and put in the number 4 instead. What is the new average of the 6 numbers? Okay, so do you understand the problem?
Yeah.
What do you start out with?
We start out with 6 numbers and one of them is 10.
Okay, and what else do you know about those 6 numbers?
The average is 10.
The average is 10. Okay, then what do you do?
Well, then you minus the 10 and put in a 4
Okay,
instead of a 10.
all right. And you're trying to figure out the new average. Okay. Now, we've talked a lot about average. So what does it mean that you have 6 numbers and their average is 10?
You add up the numbers and then divide. So the sum of those little numbers adds up to 60. Some of those numbers adds up to 60.
6 numbers with average 10 means they add up. They add up to 60.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, you know they add up to 60. Now, what do you do on the next step?
Well, then the 10 goes away.
Okay, so you're left with 5 numbers, right?
Yeah, 5 numbers.
What do they add up to?
And they add up to 50. And then the 4 comes in, and then they add up to 54. That's a new average. That's a new sum.
Okay.
54.
The 6. Okay, slow down. The original 6 numbers. What do they add up to?
The originals add up to 60.
Okay. When you take the 10 away, what do they add up to?
50.
What do you do next?
You put the 4 in.
Okay, so the first thing I wrote was the 6 numbers with average 10 means they add up to 60. The second thing I wrote means now we have 5 numbers that add up to 50. So what should be the third thing I write?
Well, then it's going to be the 5 numbers plus a 4. So, and then our new sum is 54.
Okay. The new sum is 54. So the first thing I wrote was 6 numbers add up to 60. The second thing I wrote is 5 numbers add up to 50. What should be the third thing I write?
6 numbers add up to 54.
New 6 numbers add up to 54. So what's the new average? Here, you write it. Write new average here.
I'm gonna write Av.
Okay, the new av equals what?
Well, it's 54 divided by 6. That's gonna be it.
Go ahead and write.
New Av equals, I'm gonna do the long division.
54 divided by 6.
So we got, so 6 goes in, so 6 goes into 50, so 6 goes into 5 0 times. 6 goes into 54 9 times, write that about the 4. 9 times 6 is 54, that's 0, subtract 0. That doesn't work.
So what's the answer?
And is 9.
Right. So what's 54 divided by 6?
9!
Yeah. 54 divided by 6 is 9.
Homework problems.
Sorry, I'll write it for you. 54 divided by 6 is 9. Okay? You didn't really need to do long division there, did you? Because you know that 54 divided by 6 is?
9!
Okay, good. 2 good problems
Homework
today.
problems.
Oh gosh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, the 2 homework problems are Olympiad 46. Number 2. And number 4. So
There's been a lot of number 2s and 4s lately now.
yeah, there were. I meant to do actually number 3. I wanted to do number 3 today, but it's because I slept in too late. I didn't have time to set it up. Okay, very good.